Hey guys, hi YouTube. I'm back again with another video. As I said, I'm going to try to do as many videos as I can while I have the energy and while I'm kind of in the mood for it because I don't know how I'm going to feel in the next few weeks. I had my appointment today. I'm currently 33 weeks. So it's getting closer and I feel like, hey, I have the time right now and the energy. Let me do these videos. So basically this video is going to be about tips that have kind of helped me through my pregnancy. And it's not like something I had to read or whatever. It's just basically kind of just seeing what I did, to make me feel better. Little things that I did that I was like, okay, now thank God I did that because this, kind of like that. So yeah, I want to talk to you guys about that. And you never know who's watching. These videos might be helpful. I'm first time mom, so for me, everything was just like overwhelming and trying to figure out like what I have to do this, I have to do that, and it was just like a lot. But so far, I'm kind of like starting to get an idea of like things that I needed to do, and things that have worked, things that I'm like maybe I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, they're not in order, and I did write them down because I've pregnancy brain is really no joke. Like you actually forget things. So let's start. The first one I have here is start exercising. If you're in shape and you're kind of slim, not so much. I mean, they do recommend that when you're pregnant, yeah, do move around. I mean, moving around is generally good for everybody. But when you're pregnant, I think I really recommend that the minute you find out, if you're not moving a lot, start moving. It's either walking, riding your bicycle, just doing things that are kind of getting you out and getting you moving. Because what I had noticed is a lot of the weight that I gained now at the end, in the 8 month mark, is a lot of the weight that I gained the first 3 months when I was pregnant. Because all I did honestly was just eat and sleep. Because I had so many cravings for everything, and I was tired, so I would just eat and sleep. And eating and sleeping is not recommended by anybody. I mean, it's not a best idea. Like, I don't recommend it. So I would say start moving when you find out you're pregnant. Whether it's a walk for 20 minutes, it doesn't matter. Just get yourself moving because you could save that weight gain that you might have for later. And I'm not saying that everybody's going to gain weight. I'm just saying that this is what I should have done differently. I definitely should have started moving more when I found out I was pregnant. Um, because later on, I remember my first appointment, I went in and my blood pressure was kind of high. And then also, yeah, and the nurse or the midwife was basically like saying, just start moving and reduce your salt intake. The minute I did that, my blood pressure just has been great, and since then, so it does have an impact. I'm not saying go out there and just like run like crazy on a treadmill, but just start doing it slow. Just move and dance. Things that are fun, like DVDs at home. Just do those, and it's gonna help a lot. So that's a tip that I would definitely put. Sorry, I'm full right now, so I'm kind of like burping a little bit. So anyway, the next one is getting a pillow. I know the first 3 months, first two, I was okay. I didn't need it so much. But something about no, I think the third and the fourth month, I really got to a point where I could not sleep very comfortably. And I know this is, well, pregnancy, you're not going to be able to sleep comfortably. But it was just more of my rib cage area, right here would hurt. And having to sleep on my sides, basically, and not so much on my back. And I'm a belly sleeper. So it was so hard to adjust to having to lay down only on sides and back, sides and back. So it got kind of to a point where I was just really, really feeling so like aching. I was aching on my ribs right here. So my sister had this body pillow. I heard about great things about pillows everywhere, but I was kind of like, let me see how far it goes. So it got to a point where I was like, I need something to kind of lay on and to help me. So what I did was get a pregnancy, a body form pillow. This was this cheap one from $8 from Walmart, but it's pretty long, and I'm using it right now to support my back. But I really I got it later on because I couldn't take it. Like I was just like, oh, my rib. So it did help a lot. It's not gonna help fully, but it helped a lot. So get yourself some pillows. I don't know about pricing. I don't know if more. This one is cheap and it works. The one my sister gave me was almost like $30 or 40, and it works too. So I don't know if I could say like the price really matters, but get yourself a lot of pillows and try to get yourself some sleep because it's kind of hard to sleep when you're aching all over. Yeah. Okay, the next thing I did was I started buying little things that were necessities later, or yeah, things that were necessities because people like sometimes when you find out you're having a baby, you have so many people who want to buy you stuff. You also have people that are telling you like this is what you need, this and that. So sometimes you start over shopping and you get excited about buying every little thing. And that's one thing I told myself I wasn't gonna do. On top of being on a budget and having that I wasn't working, I had to kind of really nail it down to certain things that I was like, okay, this is what I really need. Instead of I'm excited, I'm gonna be a first time mom, I'm buying everything. So I went to different blogs, different websites. I watched YouTube, and I kind of saw what people were saying like were necessities for them, and things that I thought, this is not really a necessity. This is more like, okay, you're excited because you're a mom. For example, I wanted a diaper warmer. I don't think a diaper warmer is really a necessity because I remember kids who were being, wiped with, wipes that were not warm. So I was like, okay, this is an excitement thing. I'm not gonna get that. So I basically went through that, just listed all the things that were necessities, and zoned in on certain ones, and just started buying the little things. So for example, I have a bottle cleaner. Like this is a necessity, and it doesn't cost that much. So basically, I bought all the little things before, and boyfriend kind of got all the bigger things because now I'm realizing I'm glad I did that because guys are funny. Like you could send them to get stuff, and they end up buying things that you don't really need because they get excited. Like he had, for example, uh, he went and got this thing, a onesie that says Nike on it, for example, because he was like, "This is so cute for the baby with the little socks." But I was like, "No, we don't really need that. It's just something that says Nike on it. We don't need it. I'd rather have like a bottle, before that." So I feel like sometimes, when you're a new mom, your boyfriend, husband, you sending them sometimes is not going to work. So it's better for you to start buying the little things yourself because those are the important things that you're going to need later that you might forget about. The big things, not so hard. That wasn't an issue. I was like, yeah, you need a stroller, you need a crib, blah, 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 blah. But the little things are necessities. So start buying that as soon as you find you're pregnant. Slowly. You can start buying little wipes here and there. You can start buying like bottles. You can start buying, you know, washcloths because these things are really cheap and they were good deals for the ones I got. So yeah, that's on my list is something that can help your pregnancy, help with pregnancy. Sorry, my nose has also been messed up throughout this whole thing. Um, okay, yeah, the next one I have is check different websites, blogs, um, YouTube, Pinterest, and all that stuff to see what people were saying were necessities, to see what people where people were getting stuff, and tips. Like for example, when the baby gets a little bit older, I'm not gonna be buying new clothes. I'm gonna be buying clothes from used stores and just washing them and all that because I don't think there's a need to buy brand new clothes when a kid is basically going to be growing out of them constantly. So that's something that I read. I also read that you don't need newborn clothing. You basically need a few of them, and that's it because the kids grow out of them. So ended up buying things like 0 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 9, kind of thing. So I basically by reading blogs, I found out so many little tips here and there. Little, how to be on a budget. When you're having a first time mom. And things like that. So I was really yeah, and seeing what people said they felt were necessities once again, and put that and kind of had a list and went from there. Okay, another one on my list is limit newborn stuff. Once again, yeah, don't buy too many newborn clothing. You don't really need those. The kid is gonna grow out of them pretty soon, so just get a few, and don't get too excited. I also told people around me that are gonna buy me stuff if they have to. I just need diapers and wipes. I don't really need everything else. You know. Um, okay. The other tip I would say is eat what you want, and just move. So even if you have a cheeseburger and you're craving a shake, have it, but make sure that you do move maybe for 10 to 15 minutes. Whether washing dishes or maybe sweeping your house, just make sure you move because it makes you feel better. Having the belly weight on your belly and also having food in your stomach, you feel out overwhelmed at times. And for me, I've noticed that every time I ate and I moved, it made a big difference. And the nurse actually told me that too. She was like, just try to move. You can eat whatever you're craving, but just try to move. And also get as many nutritious things in there. So even if you want to eat a burger, just make sure you're getting your fruits, taking your prenatals and all that together in one so that you kind of are balancing it out. And that's what I did. Yeah. So I can't, judge anybody who's craving a burger when they're pregnant. There's certain foods that they give you a list and say that these ones you cannot eat because they can affect the health of your baby. For example, deli meat is not recommended that you eat. So things like that make sense, but the things that you're really craving, like you want to have ice cream once in a while, go for it. I did, I didn't limit myself to like I'm not gonna eat that, I'm not gonna eat that, because I felt like if I did, it would have driven me crazy. Like the way the cravings were the first 3 months, it would have driven me crazy. So I'm glad I did, So, the weight gain is just basically for my first 3 months, really, and not moving as much as I should have. So I did eat whatever I wanted, really. And yeah, so, do that. And if it makes you feel better, hey, go for it. Uh, okay, this is a really good tip for the fashionistas out there who are pregnant. Maternity clothes are expensive. I don't consider them really stylish. And a lot of stores, I did look around, I didn't find a lot of maternity clothes that were kind of like reasonably priced. I went to like stores like Didi's, I went to stores like Ross, and I would find just a little aisle for maternity. So basically, one tip that my sister gave me when she had my niece a couple years ago was always to go up a size of whatever size you are. So if you're a large, buy things in extra large. And if you notice that you're going to be gaining weight, maybe double up a size. So for example, I ended up buying like a 1X in certain pants, and it was hard for me at first. I'm like, I'm definitely not a plus size before. I mean, I usually wore like a 14, but I had to jump to a 1X or 1X in pants. Sometimes extra large in tops. And I just had to tell myself, I'm gaining weight. A lot of the weight I've gained is because I have a baby in my stomach. You know what I mean? But just jump up a size. That's one tip that definitely worked for me, because most of my clothes, I didn't have to buy maternity clothes. I'm basically using the same clothes. I bought like a couple leggings from JCPenney that were 1X, like tops that were extra large from Ross. And those have gotten me through the whole pregnancy, basically. So I would recommend that. Just go up a size. Don't feel bad about it. It is what it is, and just move on from there. I'm trying to keep this video 15 minutes. Okay, I gotta do this. I got two more. Okay. Um, the last tip, I guess, on my list. There's more stuff that that I could say, but I just kind of wrote these down when I was on a trip. I went on a trip somewhere, and I wrote these down, and I think these are useful. Okay, this last one is keep snacks around. There's this thing that happens when you're pregnant, where you have this taste in your mouth that it's like you're not even hungry sometimes, but you feel like you need something. And sometimes it's so disgusting. Like when you wake up in the morning, you're like, ugh, bleh, I feel like, bleh. So you need something around, either lemon lime like Sprite, ginger ale, or sometimes you need like something salty, maybe something sweet. And sometimes you just need to put something in your mouth because that will drive you crazy. Like it comes and it goes, and your mouth feels like it's almost dry, but then it's not dry, and then it just tastes yucky. I don't like the taste in my mouth. But whenever I ate something small and I drank water, for example, it would take it away for a little bit. Sometimes I would chew gum to kind of get rid of it. But it's just, you have to keep snacks around. Because I'm telling you, there are times when I didn't have snacks around and I regretted it, because I was like, it's the middle of the night, I wake up, I can't sleep. I'm looking around, I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna eat? Like, what can I eat in here? And there's nothing. And I was going crazy because I was trying to tell myself I'm not gonna eat too much so I wouldn't keep certain things around, like ice cream. But sometimes I was like, man, I should have really brought that ice cream home and stocked up on certain things. But I didn't, and I regretted it. So I would just recommend keep as many snacks that you are healthy and the ones that are you kind of crave around, because you're gonna have those moments and you're gonna be telling boyfriend like, or husband like, I need to get this right now. And you're like, you can't have it because sometimes it's like, it's just not reasonable to be up at 2 a.m. trying to go get snacks. Or, you have a craving for something that it's just not possible. So just keep something, gum, sour candy, you know, sparkling water, like things that are just going to help you out that you like. Because I also had, like, for example, Jolly Rancher, I would just suck on that some once in a while as a popsicle. So just keep those things stocked. And yeah. So basically, those are some of my tips that have helped me through this, at least through the 8th month mark. Labor and all the other stuff, that's another topic. I don't even know. I don't want to get into that because I'm going to get anxious and I can't. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.